Okay, I'll start the video.
Okay.
Connecture creates opportunities for people with disabilities by providing information, resources, and programming geared towards greater inclusion and quality of life. On Service Mondays, we highlight a local organization or initiative. On December 11th, learn about Neil Squire Society and the Work BC's Assistive Technology Program. Then on December 18th, join us for our holiday trivia event where you can test your knowledge of traditions, movies, songs, and more. We have a new program starting in December, Creative Writing. Classes will be online Tuesdays at 4 p.m. PT. Wednesdays are Chair Yoga with Bobbie Seale-Cobiskey. Thursdays are Adaptive Fitness with Ocean Rehab and Fitness. Fridays are Contemporary Improv Dance Classes with Janice Lawrence. Visit the events calendar on Connector's website, connector.org, for more information and to register for events.
Okay, Bobbie, you can start.
Awesome. So thank you, Kausar. And so good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to an adapted seated yoga practice. And so I really appreciate the effort that it takes to come to the class, whether it's online or in person. I sometimes say that's the hard part, but not always. So here we are, and I'm thrilled to be sharing the class with you. And just before we actually settle into the physical movements and so on, I'd like to invite you to know that part of our yoga practice is making sure that we have what we need to set ourselves up comfortably. And so when I say comfortably, I mean, in essence, that we are stable in our chair. And so this is chair yoga. And even though there's a lot that we can do standing using the chair for balance, today's class is going to be entirely seated in the class. So just a few of the things that I like to suggest for people. One would be first of all, if a really good chair, a solid chair, and then if you can have a chair without arms, that can be really useful. We're not going to be doing a whole lot of stuff that's going to be wild and crazy. So just a really good solid chair. It is wintertime on the Lower Mainland, Sunshine Coast, so make sure you have what you need to stay comfortable. At the end of the practice, we're going to be coming into a guided meditation and final relaxation. And I think lastly, make sure that you have what you need. If you know you have balance issues, have whatever device you need to keep you comfortable in your chair. And so that said, I'm going to get started by actually today I was hoping and wanting to share a little piece of writing by an Indigenous fellow, Brianne. I'm going to check my message real quick because I know how. Sorry, the pic is so old from a trivia event. Trying to change it bothers anyone. Okay, so I'm not sure where that's coming from, but it's not relevant for the class as far as I know. So Kausar, my wonderful tech host, I'm sure is going to give me the heads up if it's on fire. And so, I'd like to share a piece of writing by Richard Wagamese. My apologies if I'm not pronouncing the last name correctly. So an Indigenous fellow, amazing. I have 2 of his books, and so this is one of his pieces of writing. I have the technology, so I don't have the actual book, but I do have it on my phone. So appreciate your patience. And so, and so, and so. Oh, well. Yeah, I may have to come back to it. Yeah, so I may have to come back to this. I just want to keep things moving. We'll see what happens. Okay, so this just in. We might have that little piece of writing at the end of the practice instead. So here we go. I'm just going to move this chair out of the way. I brought a few of my favorite things to class today. So this is a little stick with a piece of foam attached to it. And so some of you who've been coming to the class for a while know that I really enjoy a practice called body tapping. And so it might be you do it with your hands. I have a piece of foam on the stick, and you can apply as much pressure as you want or not. Or you may have a friend, a yoga buddy that can help with the tapping. And so the other things that I like to have on hand, especially, is this is a yoga block rectangle, and I'm going to put it alongside in between my feet. And so I like to have a yoga block or something between my feet that encourages, that allows me to sit up comfortably. So with my knees comfortably hip distance apart. And so if that works for you, great. If not, set it aside. I know some of you are wheelchair users and your chairs are set up just for you. So I think with that, we'll go ahead and get started with invitation to find a comfortable sitting position. And so sit in a way that you feel the most at ease. It can be challenging for our nervous system to calm down if we're uncomfortable in our bodies. As ready, roll your shoulders back and down. Soft, organic movements, nothing rigid. And then an invitation to rest your hands, your arms in your lap or by your side, wherever feels comfortable. And then an invitation to take your hands to your heart center. So it might be in prayer pose, palms together, palms open. If this placement of your hands makes you lose your balance, choose another placement for your hands. So it might be that you feel better with your hands on your belly, or resting your hands evenly on your thighs. And so an invitation to bow your head to your heart. And to lift your hands to lift your hands to your heart, bow your chin towards your heart. And to take a moment to consciously allow yourself to enter into the present. So if possible, setting aside whatever was going on for you before the yoga practice for the duration, knowing that you can come back to that after class. And then when you're ready, gradually blinking your eyes, open if they were closed, relax your arms by your side or wherever feels comfortable, and then wiggly fidgets. So I'd like us to imagine that we're inviting whoever wants to come to the class to come today. So, online, in spirit, however, wherever they might be. And so an invitation now to wave to our ancestors, so past, present, and future. And then coming forward, just a little wave into our ancestors. So Uncle George, my dog Bubbles. And then reaching up one more time. And then just like you're shaking water off your hands, let your arms flow down by your side. Okay. And so an invitation now to repose. And so ground through your sits bones, the bones we sit on. Might do a little bum dance. Lengthen your spine, creating space between our vertebrae. Roll your shoulders back and down. Relax your arms in your lap or by your side, wherever feels comfortable. Tuck your chin in slightly, so parallel with the floor. If it's helpful, you can place a finger or two on your chin, imagine a turtle. And if you'd like, close your eyes here. And so notice the alignment of your hips, knees, ankles, shoulders over your hips. Our attention moves inward. Muscles of the face relax. Notice the breath. And so placing one hand on your belly if you'd like. Maybe noticing that as we inhale, belly moves out. On exhale, belly moves in. Keeping one hand on your belly, take your other hand to your chest if you'd like, and it's available to you. And noticing the pattern of movement of the breath between your belly and your upper torso. Then see if you can make your breath just a little bit longer than it was when we began. Notice the exhale. And so paying particular attention to your exhale. See if you can begin to lengthen your exhale. So when we lengthen our exhale, it engages the relaxation response, allowing us to let go of holding, stress, and tension. And so I'd like to encourage you during your practice, whenever possible, to bring your awareness back to this deep, easy breath. And so if your eyes are closed, gradually blink your eyes open. And so it's like I often like to say we're falling awake, not asleep. Falling awake, not asleep. So arms by your side or wherever you like, with a little wiggly fidget. A little bum dance. Okay, so at this point, an invitation to bring your hands together. Rub your hands a little. Take your hands apart. Notice a little heat, warmth between your hands. And then rub your palms together again. And so there is research that shows that well, we've always known that our hands are not only connected to our heart, but to our mind as well. So I'd like to invite you to notice where in your body you're holding stress or tension, and then see if you can bring some of that loving energy from your hands and place them on that part of your body. So allowing your body to absorb that loving energy from your hands. And then rub your palms together again. This time, think of a new place. And place your hands there. So open to receive. So an invitation to return to the breath. Notice is your breath still long and smooth and peaceful. And so from here, I'd like to come into warm up. So beginning with our head, an invitation to bring your chin gently towards your chest. And when you feel your neck is ready, invitation to turn a soft gaze, looking up towards the ceiling. Maybe your eyes meet where the ceiling meets the wall. And so as we continue these gentle movements, we are warming up our cervical spine. Essentially checking out our range of movement. Now it's ready, bring your head back to neutral, to center, and then take one ear towards your shoulder. So you're allowing your shoulders to soften away from your ears. So one ear towards your shoulder, and then move your head back and forth. Go from side to side. And then as ready, finish up the movement that you're on. Come on back center. And then turn your head so that you're looking just past your shoulder. Only move your head as far as feels comfortable for you. And then turn your head from side to side as if nodding no. If you'd like, you can add a little half smile, a little Buddha smile. So when we smile, it releases tension, so it creates saliva in our mouth. And so we want a nice juicy mouth, juicy body. And then when you're ready, bring your head back center. And so we've moved our neck through its three planes of movement. Now we're going to continue the movements down along our spine with a practice called cat and cow. And so begin, as always, sitting up nice and tall. And so actually, let's maybe repose for this. So ground to your sits bones. Lengthen your spine. Roll your shoulders back and down. Relax your arms in your lap or by your side. Pardon me, wherever feels comfortable. And then chin in slightly. And so, okay, so moving on, cat and cow. So I'd like to invite you to draw your chest in. So it's as if our sternum is moving to the back of our ribs as you round your back. When ready, our sternum moves forward. So opening up our solar plexus, our heart, our throat. And you might notice that as we flow, continue with this gentle warm up, that as we round our back, drawing our chest in towards our sternum in, that the hands naturally have a tendency to slide towards their knees. And on the inhale, as we arch, hands slide in towards our heads. So it's a modification, and everything we do today is modified. So sitting in chairs is a modified yoga practice. And so I'd like you to know that, or what I've learned anyways to date, is that you're the world expert on your body. And I will do my best as a yoga therapist to guide you. And that said, yeah, I really encourage you to trust your innate wisdom. And slowly come on back to a neutral spine. Take a moment, check in. You can repose if you'd like. And then I'd like you to explore reaching one hand towards the floor, towards the earth. So it's as if you're reaching to pick something up. You can hold the other side of the chair for stability. And so imagine that you're seated between two panes of glass. So the idea is to have our shoulder in line with our shoulder, and then move from side to side, keeping sits bones on the chair. So it might feel good too as you reach towards the earth, the floor, to do that on an exhale. And then we inhale, come back center, exhale to the other side. Alternatively, maybe inhaling to one side, exhaling to the other side works well. And then lastly, if you are congested, so it is that time of year, colds and flus, womp, womp, womp. If you're congested, or you have an obstruction, and breathe in whatever way you can. And slowly make your way back to a neutral spine. So from here, we'll come into a twist. So beginning at the base of your lumbar spine, moving up one vertebrae at a time, come into the twist. So that hand slides in towards your head, and our head turns last. So continuing moving dynamically. So this is in yoga, we stay in poses, so we move dynamically. So this is a gentle twist. We're not going to our full range. And then as ready, come on back. Center. And then I'd like to invite you to take a moment, it could be with eyes closed if you'd like, or soften your gaze, to notice how's your breath. Maybe notice any subtle sensations. But trust that the sensations are there. Can you name the sensation? Maybe is it a little more energy now after those movements than what you were feeling when we began the class? Maybe it's fatigue, and maybe it's something that I couldn't imagine. So tuning in our bodies. And so I like to think of our practice being having that awareness of interoception, knowing what's going on inside of us, and also proprioceptive awareness. So knowing where our body is in relation to space. I used to joke, I think I'm a little kid at heart, I call it an innie and an outie. So proprioceptive awareness, just big phrase for knowing where our body is in relation to space. And so moving on, I'd like to continue with a practice called toning. And so we can use our voices to help with pain care, pain management. And so what I'd like to do is deconstruct the sound OM with sounding, toning 3 letters, A, O, and M. And we can add arm movements to this. And of course, you're always welcome to listen instead if you'd rather. I mean, you could treat it as a meditation, do it silently. And so this can be a lovely way to connect with each other online, in person, through the ether, who knows, right? We're all connected, it's threads. And so, and also it can be a really lovely way to let go of stress. And so sometimes can exacerbate pain. So anyway, enough talking. I'm just going to put my tapping stuff over here. And so A, O, and N. And if you like, we can add our movements to this. So let's begin sitting up tall. Comfortable, but you're still alert, sitting up nice and tall. So an invitation now to reach your arm up to the sky. So reach up as high as feels comfortable for you. And then on the exhale, or as you lower your arm, make the sound A. A. Other side, reaching up, inhale. Letter O. O. Both arms reach up this time if you'd like, it's available to you. Letter M, you just tasted something delicious. So let's practice one more round. So this is not meant to be a big external sound. It's more about the vibration and noticing that in the lovely space around you. And so here we go. Inhale. Inhale. Oh. Oh. Both reach, arms reach up this time, letter M, lips slightly touching. And so let your belly soften, your breath quiet. Relax your arms in your lap or wherever is comfortable. And take a moment to notice how you feel. So no judgment. So yoga isn't about what we look like, poses, the forms. The diagnostic tool is how do I feel? No judgment. And so yoga meets us exactly where we are. And so let's actually take some deep breaths here. And so I'm thinking for fun. I know some of the students who've been coming to the class for a while really enjoy a practice called Breath of Joy. And what can I say? And as much as possible, we can bring joy into our life, lives of other folks. Yesterday, I spontaneously broke into a little bit of laughter yoga. I don't know what came over me, but it happened. True story. So anyway, breath of joy. So breath of joy is we're inhaling, essentially sniffing, unless you're congested. So if you have an obstruction, you're congested, breathe in whatever way you can. Alternatively, if it's possible, you're going to sniff 3 times in through your nose, through your nostrils, and then exhale. And so the exhale will pretty much take care of itself, I think. And so we can add our movements to this. And so this is an important piece, that with the arm movements, I'll demo first. There'll be inhale, 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 and then the arms drop. So make sure that there isn't any solid surfaces nearby where you're going to be at risk of whacking your hand. And or, you know, I don't know, my husband just had knee surgery. I have to keep reminding myself. I'm a knee slapper, and it's like, I have to make sure he's well out of the way sometimes because I'm a stumble bum. So just make sure if you have people around you that everyone's having a love, can appreciate the practice without getting hurt. So anyway, enough talking. Here we go. Inhale, 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 and drop. Inhale, 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 and drop. One more time. Inhale, 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 and how about one more time just for poops and giggles. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Ooh. All that oxygen is making me dizzy. So let's repose. So an old adage, something I'm learning, still learning at times, getting better at it is, and not to take myself too darn seriously. And so having fun is part of the practice for sure. That said, I would like to suggest that in the yoga practice, sometimes we're moving into places we've forgotten we have places. And so that can be from a physical place, emotional, etc. And in yoga, we don't separate body and mind. So whatever affects our mind affects our body, what affects our body affects our mind. And so you might find yourself, well, I'd like to suggest you not resist any urges. So that would be laughter, and find yourself tearful. If you need to leave the space for any reason to take care of yourself, of course, you're at home, you're not going to disrupt the class, and feel free to come back if you'd like. And so, yeah, so from here, let's continue. So I'd actually like to come into a practice for our eyes. And so this is an oldie but a goodies. And just came across it with my notes from India a few days ago. And so again, I'd like you to rub your palms a little. So creating that lovely energy between your hands and warmth. If you're wearing glasses and it feels okay to remove them, remove your glasses. You may want to we're going to come forward on our elbows if possible. So you may want something that you can lean on because it can get a little bit tiring. So we're actually going to cover our eyes. So depending on how you're built, you may want blocks, a bolster, maybe even pillow, whatever works for you. So rub your palms. And then as you're ready, hinging from the hips, come forward a little. And then cup your eyes slightly. So I'm going to remove these for now. So essentially, we're not putting pressure directly on your eyeballs. And so you're cupping the eyes. And if it does create anxiety, I'd like to invite you to block out all the light. And so this is called palming. And so an invitation to allow the warmth, the heat from your hands, the energy to soften behind your eyes. And so my arms are getting a little bit tired, so I'm just going to bring my block back up. So we'll just stay for a few more breaths. And then shift your eyes from side to side. And then release your arms, come back up. Gently blink your eyes open. If you're wearing glasses and you want to put them back on, this would be a good time. So that's a lovely practice that you can do anytime you feel like you're overstimulated, overtired, eye strain, and so on. It can be a nice calming practice for our brain. Okay, so a little wiggly fidget again. Woohoo! So let's tap our fingers wherever they are. And tap a little faster. And so it might be micro movements, visualizing the movement, focusing on what we can do. As your belly's soft, your breath quiet. And then maybe exploring tapping from your pinkies to your thumbs. More challenging. Our hands are not accustomed to moving in this way, so it can be pretty challenging. And then maybe thumbs to pinkies. So as long as we're moving, we are strengthening. And then super duper challenging, maybe left to right. And then how about air piano? Well, it tends to be a lot of music this time of year. So who doesn't love music? And then when you're ready, an invitation to roll your wrists. And to slow the movements right down. So you can imagine that you're moving your hands through water. And then maybe even to take a moment to look at your hands with appreciation. And then roll your wrists in the opposite direction. Hands ready if you'd like, and it's available to you. Push your hands away. Arms can be as high or low as you'd like. I like my arms a little lower than my shoulder. And then pull your hands back. Push your hands away. Pull your hands back. So with this movement, gentle movement, not only are we getting into all the major joints in our arms, we're getting into those muscles on the outside and the inside of our shoulder blades. It's like we're giving ourselves a little back massage. Push your hands away, pull your hands back. Okay. So I'd like you to imagine now that you're going for a swim. So a yoga swim. And so we can start freestyle. And so arms can be as high or low as you like. And then how about backstroke? And breaststroke, push. And side stroke. So if you get tired, if it doesn't feel comfortable, feel free to come out of the movement anytime you'd like or on my cue. You can come back into it or not. You'd like. And then side stroke, other side. And this is your yoga practice. And then how about, can we finish up with butterfly? Wow. Mm-hmm. I always find that yoga swims quite the practice, right? Pretty energizing, hopefully. Most of you. So check in, notice how's your breath. It'll let you know, your breath will let you know if you're moving too quickly or into a pose too deep. So it might get short or jagged. Sometimes when we're working really hard, we have a tendency to hold on to our breath. And really, when I think about it, that's the time when we need our breath the most. And so maybe backing off a little bit, check that out. How does that feel in the movement or the pose? Might be that you come out of the pose or the movement altogether and see if you can come back into it a little more gently or slowly. And alternatively, maybe today, good days, better days, it might be a day where you visualize the movement. And so imagination is powerful. So that would be a really nice starting point. So I want to make sure that I do my job and cover things that I want to cover today. So, okay. So let's give some attention to our feet. And so grounding sensation. So I'd like to invite you to visualize your feet. You might even look at them if you'd like. Can feel your feet in the usual way. I really don't know how to frame that exactly. If there's paralysis and you're not able to easily feel your feet, I'd like you to, if it feels okay to lean forward, take a look, you visualize. So visualization is powerful. Or you might have a yoga buddy. You can place your hands maybe on your ankles, etc. So, not doing the work for you, of course, but always guiding. And so, ground through your feet, center and ground through the soles of your feet. We want to keep our connection with Mother Earth. We tend to start losing that connection with Mother Nature, Mother Earth. You're down through your sits bones. Maybe notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. Lengthen your spine. Shoulders back and down. Relax your arms wherever feels comfortable. Chin in. And so from here, I'd like to come into movement, or it's an invitation to reach your arm up. So today's invitation is to move towards your 50%. Turn your palm face up with a soft bend in your elbow. Extend your arm away from you. As ready, bring your arm back. Center. Palm face down, release. So other side, begin again, fin again, reach up, spiral your palm open, moving with grace and ease, extend your arm away from you. Breathing in, if that works for you, bring your arm back center, palm face down, release. And so again, if you have a yoga buddy that can help guide the movements. So if you're guiding the movements, making sure that you're not really placing, that you're holding on the muscle and not kind of poking your fingers in your toes, so just guiding. Right? And whoever, yeah, so just setting intention of ahimsa, right? Non-harming and just being awake. So here we go again. Can you tell I'm a work in progress? So this time, if it feels okay for your neck, when you take your arm out to the side, turn your gaze. So it's not a big head turn. You're just turning, looking towards, maybe past your shoulder, and then maybe past your arm even. Right. And so if it hurts, if it bothers your neck to turn, keep a soft gaze forward. And so I'd like to add a sound to the movement as well, if you'd like. And the sound is shh. So it sounds a little bit like white noise, but it's that sound shh. So that sound can help with spasms, twitches, nervous system stuff. And so here we go. Reach up, spiral your palm open. So it's a soft gaze forward. You're gazing past your arm. Exhale. One inhale, bring your arm back center. Palm face down, release. So don't worry a whole lot about inhale, exhale. You just breathe in your own time and rhythm. My cueing doesn't count with the breath. Spiral your palm open. Exhale. Inhale, come back center. Palm face down, release. So let's do one more round. Reach up, turn your palm face up. Moving with grace and ease. Extend your arm away from you. Back. Inhale, come back center. Palm face down, release. Last time, reach up. Turn your palm face up. Exhale. On inhale, come back center. Palm face down, release. And a little shake out again. So we. So today is a fairly chill class. So I like to think it's kind of the middle path, not too much energizing going on, but also not wanting you to fall asleep. Goodness knows there's a lot of stimulus this time of year. So I really wanted to share practices with you that I know are safe and that you can use to carry you through the holiday season and into the new year. And so I'm just going to take a look at this. Okay. All right. So we have like 10 minutes left. I want to save just a little bit of time at the end of the class for a conversation if you'd like to hang out with me. And so an invitation now to repose. So ground through your feet, center and ground through the soles of your feet. Okay, so teacher I know would say you have to go down to go up. Okay, so push down through one foot, push down through the opposite foot. So it might be an energetic pushing down. And then notice you feel one foot more than the other. Lengthen your spine, shoulders, back and down, chin in. So an invitation to come into a modified version of mountain pose. So palms face up, or palms face down. Might notice which feels better for you. Roll your thumbs down towards the earth. Palms face up. Gazing on the horizon, not on the floor. Mountain pose. Take your hands to your heart center. It might be palms open or palms in prayer together. Reach up to the sky, gentle back arch. So we're bending from just above the shoulder blades. And even take a look at your hands. Notice if they're facing each other, if it doesn't create tension in your neck. And then return your gaze on the horizon. As you're ready, hinging from the hips, come into a forward fold. So we're just coming forward a little, flat back, chin in. Forward fold. And coming as far as feels comfortable for you. So in other words, stable. And then as ready, pushing down through your inner heels. Come on back up. So mountain pose, spiral your palms open, open up your armpits. Right? Get bigger in space. We tend to shrink. Take your hands to your heart center. So bowing our head towards our heart. There's this little nerve flossing for our neck. When you're ready, reach your arms up to the sky, gentle back arch. Right? So it's not about forcing one limb to do what the other is doing. Just want them talking to each other. Then maybe our hands come together in prayer. So your expression of prayer. down through the heart. So bowing our head towards our heart. And when you're ready, arms by your sides, spiral your palms open. Take your hands to your heart center. Reach up to the sky, gentle back arch. And maybe your hands come together in prayer down through. So this time, if you'd like, and it's available to you, hinging from the hips. So I like to have softness in my hips. Maybe you're holding the underside of your chair, chin in, forward fold. If it's helpful, you can walk your feet forward a little bit. And then it's ready, come up, and we're going to come into lunge here. So some of you might be visualizing some of the movement. Maybe you have a yoga buddy. If possible, you're taking your leg under the front of the chair, toes tucked under, if that feels okay. And then you might add your arm reaching up to the sky. So your arm can reach right up along your ear, maybe a goalpost, maybe shoulder, hip. And then as you're ready, step your foot forward, release your arm. And spiral your palms open, reach up to the sky, gentle back arch. Then our hands come back to the heart. So we're going to keep moving, arms by your side, spiral your palms open, take your hands to your heart center, reach up to the sky, gentle back arch. Hinging from the hands, come into your forward fold. And then it's ready, pushing down through your inner heels. So it might be an energetic pushing down. Come back up into lunge on the other side if possible. Stepping your front leg under your chair. Reach your arm up to your place. As ready, step your foot forward, float your arm down. This time we're going to come into what's called downward facing dog. For those of you who are new to practice, this version modified, arms resting on your lap. So lengthen your spine, press your sits bones down back into the chair. Feel that line of energy from the base of your spine, your sits bones right up through the crown of your head. And from here, let's come into baby cobra. So if it's available to you and you would like, place your hands on your thighs and then lower your head. And then lift up through the crown of your head. So baby cobra. And downward facing dog. So I'll offer two versions here. So it might be forearms on your lap. Maybe it feels okay to reach your arms up on a diagonal. So arms are reaching up towards the ceiling meets the wall. Maybe you're doing one arm today, right? So again, it's not about forcing our limbs, one limb to do what the other is doing. Just want them talking to each other. And then when you're ready, come on back up. Neutral spine, spiral your palms open, reach your arms up to the sky. Some gentle back arch. And then hands come together with the heart. Woo! Take a rest. And so we're going to come down off the mountain, looking at the time. And so find a comfortable sitting position. And so sit in a way that you feel the most at ease. And so this is meant to be a deep, conscious relaxation. We're not meant to fall asleep in it. However, if you do, no judgment, it's not rocket science, just means you're tired. And so if you have the ability, need to recline in your chair, by all means, making sure that you have what you need to support your neck. Alternatively, if you're in a regular chair and you're able to put your chair up against the wall and you want to lean back, again, supporting your neck, feel free to do that. And so essentially just making sure that you're comfortable. And I am going to come a little closer to the iPad. A little bit stiff today. And so a little bit of weight or a lot. Lot can be grounding, comfortable. So it can encourage a grounding sensation. It doesn't work for everybody. Alternatively, if you want, you put behind your back. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the light down a little bit. And adjust my iPad just slightly. So if you happen to have a fur baby, of course, they're welcome. If that's soothing, comforting for you, to hold your pet or have your pet nearby. You may want to remove your glasses to rest your eyes. And so, again, let's see if I can find that little piece of writing. Oh. And so, an invitation to sitting comfortably, effortlessly upright or reclined, comfortably. Roll your shoulders back and down. So we're not scrunching our shoulders up towards our ears. We're allowing our shoulders to soften away from our ears. So most of us have our shoulders up around our ears. At the end of the day, totally collapsed. Maybe not totally, but kind of moving in the other direction. So shoulders soften away from our ears. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Rest your hands, palms face up or down as desired. And face up if you're tired, fatigued, open to receive. If you're feeling stressed, scattered, palms face down can encourage a grounding sensation. Soft palms, soft Buddha belly, the area between our navel and our pubic bone. Quiet breath. Allow your breath to reflect the pose, the serenity pose. Relax your jaw. Unclench your teeth. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around the temples. So if you want to touch these areas as I'm cueing, that feels lovely for you. So soften around the temples. Soften the area between your eyebrows, wide forehead. And silently, if you'd like, on inhale, saying let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. So if it's challenging to quiet the mind, placing our hands on our belly and bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. Our Buddha belly. So without changing anything, bring your awareness back to your breath. Thank your body again. And so our bodies are the best home our mind will ever have. And now see if you can begin to deepen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. Wiggle your fingers and toes, hands and feet waking up. Or alternatively, if you'd like, maybe gradually blinking your eyes open. Take a look around the space that you're in and name 3 objects. And so bringing us back. And so thank you, everyone. My apologies, I kept you over 3 or 4 minutes. And so the teacher me honors and appreciates the teacher in each of you. And so take a moment to honor yourself for showing up for today for practice. And so Om, peace, peace, peace. And so Kassar is my lovely tech host, and he's going to hang out with us for a few moments, those of you who would like to stay. And otherwise, till we meet again. I think Connect's not happening at least 1 week during Christmas, so something to note. Yeah. Hi, Sally.
Hi. The class always goes so fast now.
Oh, I know. What does that mean?
Like when I wasn't
Well, man, at least you're not bored. I'm just gonna put. I think it means at least that much. So I'm just gonna put some light on. There we go. Lovely to see you today. I love your winter colors.
oh, thank you. You need cozy around my neck.
Nice. Yeah. So I always love how your plants just thrive all year round. You know, that lovely light.
Yeah, they like where they are, I think.
Oh, for sure.
They